Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech. I'm Dave Hayes, and this is the channel where we talk about pretty much anything tech. And I do mean anything tech. Alright, what are we going to do today? Well, I just got a brand new action camera in today, and I'm pretty excited about it because it is, in my opinion, is going to be a competitor, a direct competitor to the GoPros. Anything from the GoPro Hero 5 up. So, here it is. This is the Campark V40, and it is waterproof. Yes, you heard me, waterproof without a case at all. And when we come back, we're going to go ahead and get into this. So, don't go away. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. Okay, so yes, you heard me. This thing is waterproof. Now, when we did the video on my Akaso Brave 7LE, I was impressed with that camera too. The problem was it wasn't waterproof, it was water resistant. So you could be out in the rain, which it's doing right now. You could, you could be at the beach and it could get splashed on and it wouldn't hurt the camera, okay? But you could not submerge the camera at all underwater. If you did, you're done. It's just, I don't know, it might, you could probably drop it, and if you retrieved it quick enough out of the water, it probably wouldn't get ruined. But there you go. But Campark decided they were going to go one further, and they decided to make a complete waterproof camera. This is awesome. Without a case. Now, it is waterproof without a case up to 10 meters. Okay, so that's 30 feet. But anything more than that, you have to put it in a case. So when you put it in its supplied case, it is waterproof just like the rest of the action cameras, up to, I think it's 33 meters. Okay. So that's about 90 feet, a little over that. So this is my first Campark experience, and for those of you that watched my last video on this camera know that I really liked the video quality coming out of this camera. It had only one drawback, and that was its audio. In order to get good audio on this camera, you had to carry with you an external mic and recorder, okay? Or even recording your audio on your cell phone was 100 times better than the audio coming out of this camera. But the video quality was just awesome. The image stability was awesome. It just had so much going for it. Again, the only thing that I could ding it on was the audio. So I don't know how it's going to be on this one, but we are going to open it up. I'll let you guys see and let you guys find out. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and unbox this. Now, I did notice that the package had a couple dents in it, and I'm pretty sure that was not from Campark. My guess, Amazon had a little issues in the shipping department. They did put a whole lot of bubble wrap in there, and just like they normally ship. So let's go ahead and dive into this and unbox it. So here it is. On the box, it says Ultra HD 4K waterproof action camera V40. So right here is where we have to flip open this little tab here. Then this will pull out. And okay, so this looks to me like the way they did it in the last Campark that I unboxed. Now, on the last unboxing that we did, it was kind of the same where it had two compartments. The camera is in this compartment and accessories over here. So we're going to go ahead and open up the camera and get that out of the way. Okay, so there's the camera. And by the way, guys, I'm trying a new way to do this. I have a camera mounted overhead. I figured, what the hell, I'll go ahead and see if this works out. And if it works out, I'll start, hanging a camera overhead more often. So, instruction manual. I will be going over this manual because the last time, like I said, I was trying to figure out the audio in it to get the volume down, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm going to be reading this to see if there is any kind of volume controls as well. Again, that was the only thing that I dinged this camera on, was the volume control. So we will be reading that. Wow. It's got a big wrinkle in it. It looks like they had issues getting everything in there. I'm hoping that means that they gave me a lot of accessories. There it goes. Alright. Here's the box. I'm going to get rid of this. And we will open this up. Yeah, look how bulged it is. Looks like they really had to pack everything in there. If I remember correctly, Campark gave us quite a few accessories. And I'm not going to do this. This is going to be like unceremoniously. I'm just going to dump it right onto the table here, and we'll go through everything that they give me. Okay, that's empty. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, well, we have our camera in our camera case. This is a charger. Yep. Again, I love that they give you 2 batteries. GoPro, take a hint from that. Okay, an attachment. Here's your controller, and these do work. Now, guys, remember that when you use these controllers, they're only meant to snap a picture and start and stop recording. That you can't do anything else with these. I don't know, maybe they changed it on this one, and I will look into that, but I'm pretty sure it's just snap a picture on the bottom, and on the top one right here, it's to start recording and stop recording. And we'll test and see if that works. Here's a battery. Here is the other battery. Bicycle or motorcycle handlebar grip. Steel cables and ties. I like that. Plus extra adhesive pads in there. That's nice. Now this is a base plate for attaching like one of these. Look, here is a, I guess it's like a direction changer, like a 90-degree attachment. Here's another base plate, but this base plate has 1/4-inch threads on it, so that's nice. That's your standard thread count for a tripod. Okay, and they also give you the Velcro straps, and there are 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them in there, I think 3. This is your charging cable, and it is standard USB. Yeah, it's a standard micro USB to USB. Here is another, just, you know, an attachment, changes direction, or hinge. It's one of those hinged ones. And this is another 1/4-inch, like camera mount. So that's nice. They give us quite a few accessories. I mean, not a ton, but quite a few. So the next thing we're going to do is take the camera out of its waterproof case. Now again, you just flip it up, pry the back open, because it's got a water seal the whole way around, so it's going to have a really tight fit. All right, there's the camera, so you guys can see it. This is your front-facing screen, lens, rear-facing screen. We are going to go ahead and peel off the screen protectors, and we have some on the front and one on the front screen. If I can find the tab for it, here it is. There we go. It looks just like the Akaso, to be honest with you. Wow, it looks very much like the Akaso Brave 7LE. But we are going to put this to the test. We are going to submerge this underwater to see. Yeah, it's going to suck if it doesn't work because I'm out of camera, but we're going to make sure that it works. I will tell you guys quickly that I did reach out to Campark when I got my first camera. They have if you go to their website, there's a place where you can place comments. And I told them, you guys did an awesome job on your Campark video camera, the one that I did a video review on. And I think, as a matter of fact, I did mention that the only thing that I didn't like about it was the audio. But I said, other than that, I said, some of the best video quality I've seen in a long time out of a video camera. And the only thing that I had to ding them on was the audio. And they actually got back to me and asked me if I wanted them to send this for reviewing. And I was like, well, yeah. And I even told them, I said, but if you send it, I'm not going to lie about it. I said, but if I find something, you know, that doesn't work or that I don't like, I will definitely get a hold of you guys first and, you know, and see if it's something I'm doing on my end. Everything was all set for them to send me this camera, but it never happened. And I'm not waiting around any longer. I wanted to get this camera. Actually, it was on sale. It was dropped, I think, another $10 on Amazon. So I went ahead and purchased it. So, but again, guys, when I do my reviews on these cameras, if there's something I don't like or something that's not working, I will research it before I, you know, just say it sucks. You guys know I don't try to bullcrap you guys. You know, it is what it is. And again, if this camera sucks, I'm going to tell you, this camera sucks. Just like I did for the Thigh Eye. I mean, I liked that camera. I loved the video quality on that camera. But it just had way too many issues with it that I just didn't like. And that's the way I am. So, what do you say we go ahead and throw the batteries in this, see if it's got any juice in the batteries, and see what this looks like. Okay, so it looks like we do have battery power in it, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, let you guys see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and power this up. And the power button is on the side here. Just press and hold. And there you go. Powered up. Okay, so I'm going to go into settings real quick. The settings look just like the other one. So what I'm going to do is format the card. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and flip it to the front-facing screen. So press and hold the M button. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 seconds. Front screen came on. We're going to go ahead and hit record. And it's recording. Okay, it's recording. And I can definitely see myself. We are shooting in 4K 30. It's going to be shaking, of course, you know, with me holding it, because I shake like a dog shitting razor blades. But this is the quality you can expect out of this camera under good studio lights. So what do you think? This is the audio coming from this camera. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. And if it's not too bad, we're going to go ahead and stick with the audio coming from this camera. One thing I did notice is the picture on this that it gives you, that you can see, it's really super small, okay? But it's in widescreen, so I know exactly what I'm recording. Unlike my Akaso Brave 7LE, where it cropped in and you really couldn't tell, it still gave you the opportunity to center yourself, but this, you get the whole screen, so you know where you're at. So, pretty good. So, there you guys go. What do you think of it? Now, I don't know if I can change the screen while it's recording. We're going to try it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. No. So, while it's recording, you cannot change the screen from front to back. You couldn't on the Akaso neither, but I figured I'd give it a try. Okay, I wanted you guys to see what it looked like recording in the studio and not like a vlogging. There's my camera I have set up here to look down on the table, but there you go. There's my cameras, there's my camcorder, 90D, microphone. All right, what do you say we take this thing outside? Well, I don't know, but from what I could tell by looking at the screen, it looked pretty damn good. I can't wait to throw this in the computer and edit it. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and throw this. I have a couple attachments I kept out of the box. I'm going to throw them on. I'm going to throw it onto my Manfrotto tripod, and we're going to go ahead and see what it looks like vlogging. Now, it's raining outside. Yeah, this is waterproof, so that shouldn't affect it. The only problem is it's going to make the video look like crap. So I might wait until tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, and that'll give me time to edit this opener. So, again, next time you see me, we will be outside recording with the Campark V40. Okay, so we are now outside shooting. I want to try to get this done before too late. And I have my Campark on a tripod right now. And this is going to be a tripod that I use during the whole vlogging test, okay? Now, remember everybody, I'm not going to do a bunch of camera tests today. All I'm going to do is show you what this looks like if you were going to use this camera outside vlogging. Now remember, I am using my new Saramonic lapel microphone, and it's going into my Zoom H1N for the audio. So here's what the audio would sound like on this outside, and I turned it down to level 1. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. So this is what it would sound like using just the audio out of this camera outside right now, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and go back to my Saramonic microphone. I just want to have the best audio I can get. So let's go back to that now. All right, so what we're going to do, is, without further ado, is I'm going to grab the Campark V40 and we're going to head out and do a vlog test. So let's go. Oh, by the way, Panasonic camera, Campark camera. That's it. Let's go. It is so bright right now, I can hardly even see the screen on it. But again, what's really nice about this action camera is the front-facing screen, even though even though it crops in and you only see, like, it's a lot smaller than on my Akaso Brave 7 LE, it actually shows you what you're going to see on the screen, as opposed to my Akaso only showing like a square. This actually shows your HD, you know, TV aspect. So I know what it's going to look like when I'm done, at least for framing. So right now we're going to test for stabilization. Again, you guys know how it is when I walk. I'm not going to bring that up again. But if anybody can put this camera's image stabilization to the test, I can. Okay, so we are shooting in 4K 30 frames per second. Okay, the one thing I did notice that's pretty weird about this camera is in the settings, as far as video resolution goes, you have 4K 30, and then you have 2.7K or 2K 30, and they don't give you 2K 60 frames per second. I don't like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that the trade-off we're looking for underwater, you know, footage without putting it in a, you know, waterproof container? I don't know, but it is what it is. But again, the only thing that really sucks is if you want to do true slow motion footage and you want to slow it down to 120 frames per second so you can really slow the footage down, you have to actually go down to 720p. Because even in 1080p, its highest frame rate is 60 frames per second. It is not very fast and is not conducive to making slow motion video. So that I'm not liking at all. Again, you have 4K 30, 2K 30, 1080p 30 and 60, and then when you drop down to 720p, that's where you get 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second. So there is no 240 frames per second on this camera. And if I got that wrong, I'll put a little note up here, but I'm pretty sure that is right. Because like I said, I went over the settings on this camera yesterday, and that was one of the things I noticed, and I thought, wow, that is weird. You know, here I am getting ready to give this camera very high marks because I do like this camera. But Why wouldn't they give us 60 frames per second shooting in 2K? Why won't they give us 120 frames per second shooting in 1080p? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, all the other, action cameras, Akaso, GoPro, stuff like that, they all have that. This camera doesn't. So I don't know. I don't get what they're doing. Because if you think about it, a lot of people that are going to be using this as an action camera, well, they're going to want to be shooting in, at least 2K. I get to 4K not having at least 60 frames per second. But the 2K should at least have an option to shoot in 60 frames per second so we can do slow motion footage. Again, if I'm out riding a bike or my motorcycle, and I'm doing some really cool, stuff, I might want to slow that down. And this camera will not give that to you in 2K and 4K. Now in 1080p, it will give you 60 frames per second, but that's it. I would expect at least 120 frames, per second in 1080p, but there you go. Anyways, here you guys go. I'm giving it, if anybody can give this a workout, I can. And you guys are seeing what it looks like shooting in 4K, 30 frames per second with image stabilization on. I have all the settings as far as picture quality. It's all as it comes from the factory. So I didn't put any presets on it, and I'm not going to edit the image coming out of this camera at all in post. So what comes out of this camera is getting uploaded. So there you go. All right, guys. I think this is a fair representation of this camera if you're going to be using it as a vlogging camera. I'm going to go try to find a nice watery hole that we can shove this camera in, and we're going to test the waterproofness, you like that word, of this camera. So let's go do that now. Okay, I found a nice place down along the creek called Marsh Creek, and this is actually a trout stream. I'm not guaranteeing we're going to see any trout, but we are going to go ahead and take this camera now, and of course this is the Campark, and we're going to put it in the water, and I do not have a case on this. So as you guys can see, there is no case on this camera right here, okay? So wish me luck. I hope I do not ruin this camera, but I mean, everything I read in the instructions said waterproof up to 10 meters without any case, okay? All right, let's go shove this in some water. It'd be nice if I could see a trout. Now you also have to remember that we just had a ton of rain, so it's not going to be the clearest. All right, here goes. It looks like it's still recording. Little eddy there. All right, I am in about 3 feet of water here. If it was gonna leak, it would have leaked there. All right, that should do it. It's still running. It's still running, guys. That's awesome. Okay. And I will let you all know if there are any issues with this, okay, I don't have the front-facing screen turned on, because if I did, I'd have to restart my audio equipment, and I want you guys to see, absolutely for sure, I did not put this in its case. That's why I recorded with this one, to let you guys see me dunking it in the water, bare ass and naked. So there you go, guys. Now on our next video, I'm going to be doing a lot of tests and let you guys see what all the different camera angles look like on this camera. But with that being said, let's go ahead and close up this video. Okay, first off, I just want to say that you might notice a difference in the way my face tones look and stuff like that, because when I was recording the opener and the other part of this video, it was really nice and sunny out. That was coming through the window. And now it's cloudy, and I'm not going to get that beautiful sunshine to help lighten everything up. Such is the downfalls of recording videos. Anyways, so this should give you a good idea of the Campark V40. As far as it goes for video quality, from what I am seeing and all the editing I'm doing, the video quality is freaking phenomenal. Again, awesome job, Campark. You hit it out of the ballpark again. But there are some major things I do not like about this camera. And these are some pretty serious things. And really, it's only one thing, and it is frame rate and recording rates, okay? This video records in 4K, 30 frames per second. I knew that when I ordered it. But when you drop to 2.7K, it should have at least 60 frames per second. My other Campark does. This one doesn't. It shoots in 4K 30, 2K 30, and then 1080p in 30 and 60 frames per second. Where's the 120 frames per second? You have that in the other Campark, but you don't have it in this one. So if you want to really slow down your footage and get really high quality slow motion video, you should shoot 120 frames per second. But if you want to do that, you have to drop down to 720p on this camera, and you do not get 240 frames per second. What's going on, Campark? I really wanted to, just say, guys, this is it. Smack, home run out of the park. And for a lot of things, it is. It really, truly is. Here you go. You have a $130 action camera that you can submerge underwater up to 30 feet or 9 meters without its waterproof case. You don't need this case. If you're going swimming in the creek or you're swimming in your swimming pool, you don't need this. You just don't have to have it. Now, if you're going to go diving, more than, say, about 30 feet or 9 meters, then yeah, you're going to need this. And I love that. And the Akaso Brave 7 LE, you can't do that. It's good for maybe rain, and it is good for rain. But submersing it underwater, it says you can't do that. And it's kind of weird, because when I look at the Campark and I look at the Akaso, man, they look so much alike. It's weird that the Akaso isn't waterproof, submersing it, and the Campark is. That is so weird. I don't get. The only thing I can figure is, where the battery compartment is, and, where you put your SD card, and, plug in the charging cables and your USB cables and stuff like that. They must not be sealed quite as well on the Akaso Brave 7 LE, and they're done perfectly on this one, so you can submerge it. And if you guys noticed in the video I did on this, where I took it and put it underneath the water in the creek, I actually caught, it was either a trout or a huge, what we call a chub. I'm pretty sure it was a trout, though, because it had real white fins on the front of it, and it was pretty big. Those rocks you see are about 3.5 feet in diameter. They're huge. So there you go. It does do exactly what it says that it's going to do, and that is to record underwater without this up to 9 meters, okay? And that's just so good to have. When you can just throw it in your pocket, not have to worry about, doing underwater footage and carrying all of this, that's a good thing. And that's really what I was hoping for. and it did definitely fulfill those. Also, what I noticed on the Campark V40 is the audio is way better than the last Campark that I did my video on. Again, the audio was completely unusable. At least the audio on this one, you could use it if you had to. But you have to turn it completely down, all the way down. And even when you're editing, you've got to turn that audio way down. There are going to be some areas, if you speak real loud in the microphone, that it's going to blow it out and you're not going to be able to use it. But there you go. So, I'm not saying that this isn't a good camera. And again, we haven't even gone through all of the different video features on it, which are going to show just how good this camera can be. But, again, Campark, why in the world would you not give us, at least in 2.7K, 60 frames per second? Why would you not give us 120 frames per second in 1080p? I mean, that is the one that most people are going to be shooting in when they capture slow motion footage, is 1080p. And you just completely handicapped us by saying, no, if you want it, you're going to have to drop down to 720p. Oh, and by the way, we're only going to give you 120 frames per second. So, I mean, there you go. I really, really do like this camera so far, but it's just that one thing. And it was like on the other Campark. It was one thing that completely killed it, which was the audio. And I said to everybody out there, if you carried a Zoom H1n and or at least some way to record your audio, I highly recommended the use of that other Campark. This one, again, I do recommend you get external audio. I do that for all cameras. But unless you're not worried about having slow motion, then, hey, it's an awesome camera. Front-facing screen that gives you true aspect of what it's going to look like. Again, I'm going, this is going to be a super long video, and I don't want it to be that. Okay. I hope you got something out of this video. Don't forget, I am going to be taking that camera, and we're going to be taking it back outside again when it gets sunny again. I'm going to be showing you guys all the different camera views, wide, medium, narrow. We're going to be shooting in 4K, 2K, 1080p, and 720p. I will try to do some slow motion footage for you and let you guys see what that looks like, what slow motion you can do with it. So be expecting that. That's pretty much all I have for this video. I just want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I do appreciate that. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. That does help me out a lot. Don't forget, commenting. The more comments I get on this video, the more YouTube's algorithms want to push my videos out to other people. So don't forget to comment. Last but not least, I am going to be giving away my Canon T6i to one of you as soon as I hit 5,000 subs. So spread the word. Alright guys, I think I've kept you long enough. I just want to thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.